Greetings, it's Intuitive Jakob, and I'm back to do a What Do They Think About You spread. We're going to break these down by tribe, so there'll be 12 of these. Feel free to check your sun, moon, rising, or whatever planetary designations you're into tracking. We're going to be pulling 5 cards using the John Holland Psychic Tarot Oracle deck, and it will be to answer these questions. 1, what your interested party is actually into. So it's like things they might be interested in. 2 is what they think of you physically. 3 is what they think about your personality. 4 is how they would feel about being on a date with you or in a close proximity where you're alone. And the 5th card is advice for what you can do to build on the attraction between the two of you. I hope you enjoy these. I'd love to hear what you think about this new style reading. And if you would want to also say thank you to those of you who support my channel. I really appreciate those of you who subscribe, thumbs up, and I absolutely love your comments. So drop me a comment below, let me know what you think, and hit me up at artoflove.me if you would like for me to do a private reading with just your personal information in it. Okay, we'll catch you on the inside of your reading. Hey, how's it going, Virgo? It's good to have you here. Just getting ready to shuffle these cards a little bit more, although I've been shuffling them quite a bit in between the readings. Let's get you another view. All right, I should also mention, while we're doing this here, Virgo, the time of recording this, we're actually having the new black supermoon in Leo, and there's some things going on with Venus and Uranus that might just be moving things for you all, especially if you've had any stagnant energy anywhere. A lot of people are finding some impetus because the conjunct between the new moon and Venus is kind of like making people almost feel like they can be more creative than usual with regard to projects, because Venus is also square Uranus, so it's kind of like giving people excitement, intention, and sometimes a need to break free. And so the new moon is actually square Uranus as well, and so with this type of energy, people could be a little bit prone to doing things that are less than expected. And I'm going to go ahead and just switch views here so you can see the cards and me at the same time. And great, we'll go ahead and get started. This first card that we're going to pull is going to give you an idea of whoever you're attracted to, or this person that you might be inquiring about, what they're really attracted to in general. So not necessarily with you, but what they're really interested in. And so that card showing up is number 21. That is the universe. That's a major arcana in this deck, and this is also a lot like the World card. Okay, the second card here is going to tell us how your interest looks at you physically. What do they think of you? Wow, 19, the light card. That is actually the Sun card in this deck. That's also a major arcana. Great start here, Virgo. This third card is how they view your personality. We've got 5 obstacles and challenges. This is similar to the 5 of Wands energy. This fourth card is what they would think of if they were on a date or alone with you. We've got transformation. Wow, that's like the death card, and that is another major arcana, and I think Leo had that card in the same place too. You might be dealing with a Leo. You might also check out that reading. Maybe there's something in cross there for you, Virgo. This last card is going to talk to us about what you could do to make yourself more attractive to this person. And we've got 18, the shadow card, which is another major arcana, and that is also a lot like the moon card. So tons of strong energy here. And for those of you that have been looking for a change, it's like it's here asking you to be the change, and it's like right in the center of this reading. So some of you are going to know whether or not this is for you or not, but let's just go ahead and just start here with number one again, because this is what your interest is all about. This is the card that talks about the completion energies, the completions of cycles, and literally the completion of one's life journey. And you might be interested in somebody very spiritual at this time, I'm hearing, Virgo. And I'm hearing you all might have a sun-moon opposition here, or be dealing with somebody that's at a great distance. It looks like they could actually be international to you. And I forgot to lift this card up to see what was facing us in the deck, but we've got 15 temptations showing up, and this is the devil energy in this deck. Sometimes it has to do with Capricorns that are showing up in our life, but interesting depiction there. We've got somebody literally kind of pushing or grabbing at something, depending on what it is that's consumed them here. But I'm hearing for some of you all, this is a deeply passionate experience that you might be having with somebody. It might be somebody that you feel on a visceral, physical level, even if they're at a great distance. And I'm hearing for some of you, it's seriously like having met but not met your ideal match in so many different ways. And that for some of you, you're at a great distance. If it's not because of how you're communicating, it looks like it could have to do with travel a bit here, but I'm not going to get too hung up on those, because what we're seeing is really and truthfully somebody that is interested in the greater mysteries, the journey of the soul, completion, and that's what they're all about. How they actually view you physically is amazing. This is one of the most if you're looking for attraction, this is one of the sexy cards here. This is the sun energy. This is bearing it all. This is being gorgeous. You can just see the image of the person here. She's absolutely beautiful. And she's reaching for the stars, or reaching for the cosmos there. Really nice match for what they're interested in here. So I'm feeling like physically there is a strong connection here, and it might be very sexual. It might be very primal. It might be addictive is what I'm hearing. Let's see how they view your personality, as the 5 of this fire suit in this card deck is obstacles and challenges is what it says there. I'm hearing for some of y'all, it might be dicey, especially if they're like breaking off a marriage, or if you're leaving another partner is what I'm hearing. And so hearing for those of you that are doing that, there's a lot of mystery and intrigue with this one. This is somebody that's like going out on a limb. And so I'm hearing for some of you all, it's like knowing that there's like an element of danger and surprise here in this relationship, and they're seeing that with you. And that is actually one of the more passionate suits. It's fire suit. So I feel like they're actually very attracted to your energy. And in some cases, that might be, especially if you've had some pushback with this person where it's like it's hit or miss, or it's like they're there and then they're not there. I'm hearing it's like some of them might be having difficulty coping with the amount of attraction there is. And sometimes it's just, having to keep things hidden, because what's showing up as advice to be most attractive to them is this shadow energy. And so it's like kind of like asking you to go deep beneath the surface and to be able to witness both the light and shadow attributes and to be like in the center of balance with this. And, you know, maybe this is a time for discretion too, because I'm hearing for some of you all, this is like why this transformation energy is showing up on how they would feel on a date with you is, one, because this is a remarkably potent type of energy that you share with each other, but it's like a mask having to come off before this can actually take off. And so I'm hearing for some of you all, it's like there might be something taboo to this that you haven't experienced before. For some of you all, it might be like coming out about something, whether it's, you know, a preference or a lifestyle habit, or in some cases about navigating how to leave a different relationship behind and how that could go. But there's a lot of energy here that speaks to a need for things to be changed. And you've got this 5 showing up here on how they are viewing your personality. And so this is also speaking to 5th chakra to me a lot. And so hearing for some of you all, this is going to have to deal with how you're communicating with each other, especially if here in the advice, we're being advised to, you know, go into some of the more romantic but murkier energies that can be offered by the shadow attributes here. That is also our moon card. And so you might just be heavily influenced by the moon at this time, which would not be a surprise. I'm actually recording this at the time of the black new Leo supermoon, and Mercury did just post direct today. So I feel like for some of you all, this is also recommending that you take a time to contemplate how you want to do this, especially if you were going to reach out to somebody for a while. I can't help but notice that this card is like trying to stick out from underneath what this was here, and it is the positive movement forward card, which is, it's similar to the 8 of Pentacles, but here it's actually moving. The 8 of Pentacles kind of looks like a sluggish sort of energy in other decks. A lot of times it's just somebody going to work and being very focused, and here somebody is taking a boat and leaving someplace where it's dark and going to where it's brighter, and they look like they're traveling alone, and there's a bird there. And so I'm hearing for some of you all, this is like, it's how you choose to make the most impact in speaking to somebody, especially if there has been distance between. And I'm hearing for some of you all, if you haven't had that come through to you yet, it might just be because of how they're viewing you. Somebody here is kind of borderlining on it. It could be a little bit stocky for some of you, and so, you know, I can't leave that out. We do have discontent and boredom showing from the bottom of the deck here too, which is kind of like the 4 of Cups energy. And I'm hearing for some of you all, it's like they're saying it's almost like somebody felt unrequited here, but it's more like they're being mopey because they thought that there was too much energy on this or emphasis. And so I'm hearing for some of you all, this is really just how you're going to open up and communicate with each other. And the very best thing that you could do is take the advice of the 4th card, which is actually what they would think of being on a date with you, as part of the advice with the shadow, and to know that it's making room for things that maybe haven't been expressed, or things that have to have been in the dark, in a way that's safe for people to open up and maybe take off that mask and be at one with their whole expression. So hopefully that makes sense for those of you that needed a little bit of help with that, Virgo. It's looking really great. Hopefully it was helpful. If it was, hit me with a thumbs up. Really appreciate it. Subscribe to the channel if you enjoyed it, and hit me up at artoflove.me if you'd like for me to take a personal look at your situation with just your energies. And if I don't hear from you, take care. Send me love. We'll catch you again when we're back for another. Bye for now.
Promise that you'll catch your